What's good, everybody? We're back with another episode of your favorite basketball, soon-to-be sports media podcast, The League Report. A lot of stuff we're going to get into today. Another kind of neat idea that we had as far as topics go. We're about to put players in player tiers today. So we've got tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. That's going to be an interesting conversation because, maybe outside of like trying to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe outside of like 8 guys who we're going to name in a minute. We're pretty sure they're in tier 1. I'll kind of name them off to see where we all stand on it. And then after that, I'm just going to name a bunch of all-stars and we'll kind of see where they rank. Hopefully we get some hot takes here and there. But first, don't forget y'all to sub to the channel. New goal is 1,000 subscribers. Right now we're sitting at what? 857 or 862?
862, yeah.
Yeah, checked that this morning. And also don't forget to download episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you want to listen on the go. And don't forget to follow us on TikTok, IG, Twitter, and Snapchat. Help us get to 5K subs on Snapchat and help run us up on Twitter. So before we get into the player tiers, a couple LeBron things. I feel like we ain't talked about LeBron in a minute. One, he's playing at the crossover league today with Jason Tatum. So we saw what happened last time when he showed up and showed out at the Drew League, going half speed, cooking niggas. And then also he just signed a contract extension with the Lakers. I think it was let me go back and check the numbers. A
2-year.
Yep, go ahead, talk about it.
2-year, $97 million.
Should we think anything it is? I think the biggest thing out of this is the Bronny news, I guess, or the possibility that he may play with Bronny. Should we think too deep into this, or is it just were y'all surprised by the extension at all?
No, I figured he was staying there. I mean, I didn't really think it was anywhere else for him to go, to be honest with you, or anywhere else he would want to go. So, I mean, I don't think it should have been that big of a surprise. We knew he was going to finish, or at least finish out the contract and then go play with Bronny somewhere. But I didn't expect him to go somewhere else.
Yeah. I think he was thinking of something or kind of weighing his options to see where else, like Blake said, where else he could go. But I don't think it was anywhere that would like actually fit him at this age right now. Because like I think the day he was eligible for extension was like August 5th or that week, the week of August 5th or whatever. So he waited like 10 days to make that decision. So he was thinking about something.
Yeah.
But it wasn't much to think about because it really wasn't anywhere else for him to like fit, like I said, at that age, to be honest with you.
There was that rumor that he was going to try to go to Cleveland after his time in LA was over with, which I thought was silly. I was like, wow, people just be coming up with stuff. So, yeah, no. Shout out Brian. Hope him and Jace Tatum killed that crossover league. One of our Snapchat viewers just sent me a snap of like him outside the gym.
Camping out. People are camping out.
Yeah. Are they streaming the game anywhere?
I'm sure you can find it somewhere on YouTube.
You talking to me? I'll find that game.
Yeah, somebody out there, somebody gonna be recording on their phone and putting it on IG Live or something like that.
Somebody recording it, doing some illegal, but
security guard gonna tell them to put their camera down, something like that. Hey. All right. I mean, let's jump right into this. This is a very interesting conversation about putting guys in player tiers because I am curious about where some guys sit with you guys as far as being tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3 players. So let's start with this. So here are the obvious tier 1s, and stop me if anybody here isn't tier 1. Okay, so I'm gonna list them off, and just stop me if somebody here isn't. Giannis, LeBron, KD, Jokic, Embiid, Steph Curry, and Luka. Are those obvious tier 1s?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think anybody else belongs in that.
I don't think it's an argument for that.
Bet.
Yeah, there's no argument for that. I'm just trying to think, is it anybody else, to be honest with you.
Let's start with this dude here. Let's see. So let's go list some guys off here, and let's start with this dude. Is Kyrie tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3? I think that's he's probably the most difficult superstar to judge right now.
When he's playing, he's tier 1. But when he decides to play.
Yeah. Because I was going to ask you, let's do some of the players that weren't healthy last year, and let's assume they're going to be in full health.
Yeah,
so I would say like Kyrie, he would be tier 1. I would say a player like Kawhi obviously would be tier 1.
Yeah.
A player like Dame is tier 1. You think Paul George is tier 1? I don't know.
I think so.
I think he's tier 2.
So I'd say tier 1 personally.
So what makes him tier 1 and what? So let's go Blake first. What makes him tier 1 and Carl after that? What makes him? What's your pushback to that?
I'll go I'll go performance based first. Last time he was like kind of fully healthy was that I think that Sun series in the playoffs 2021, I think, and he almost carried them to the final. Well, yeah, finals without Kawhi. So then going off like skill based, I think you can really put him up top 10 in the league, just skill based. I personally think. So
Yeah, that's a good point. I just don't think, well, with tier one for me, it's like the best player on the team gets to tier one, and kind of like the sidekick is always going to be tier two to me. But the only reason that's different with Kyrie and Durant, because I've seen Kyrie do some crazy shit. But yeah, I'll put Paul George probably tier two just based off the fact that I think Kawhi is better than him, honestly.
yeah,
And I think he's the leader of the team instead of Paul George.
True.
So,
That's
you can
tough.
go both ways. I ain't even gonna argue with the tier one shit because you can really he made.
I don't think either of them a leader of that team because they kind of.
Yeah, I don't get no leader
be
vibes
honest
from
with you.
anybody on that Clippers team. Yeah. Who is the leader of that Clippers team? Because none of them. Maybe Paul George is. Maybe Paul George is.
No, but that's the problem though. They don't really have a leader. Them niggas go out and play.
Really
that's the one problem they have. They have all the talent in the world. It's just literally they don't have a leader, and they just go out and just play basketball. I know that sounds stupid.
No, that hella does sound like the Clip. Like you just look at them and they don't really have like a like you go back and look at that first season they had together. They didn't really have like a super identity, and it didn't look like we talked about who's the leader on that team. Like none of them really assumed leadership. I guess it was kind of like, well, that first year actually nobody was really with Kawhi and Paul George being there because apparently they were getting that special treatment or whatever.
Special treatment,
yeah. They don't look like a team that's got that that's really got. They do look like they just go out there and hoop. Like they hell do it like that.
They don't have no floor general on the team. Like literally, that's what they signed Rondo for. Like last year, that didn't work out, so they end up trading him again. So I don't know. Because now I think about it, Kawhi, he doesn't really have leader intangibles. To be honest with you, he just, and that's not a bad thing. Some dudes just go out there and play and worry about themselves. Like that's not really a bad thing. But sometimes you just need that leader on the team.
Not too much of a good thing either. Bro.
Yeah, but the leader always is the best player. I've seen that a couple times. Yeah. That's rare, but
I go if we talking just based off what we've seen from Paul George recently. I gotta say it's tier.
I think he's a tier 2 type of player.
I go with tier 1 because there is the last time we left off because the only thing so before 2021 was the only thing keeping Paul George from being tier 1. Was he always tier 2? Or was the only thing keeping him from being tier 1? The point that he couldn't get that, the point that he played like shit in the playoffs. Like was that the only reason he was tier 2 before that?
I think it was a point he played like played like that in the playoffs.
Because we being honest, Indiana Paul George was like tier 1.
Okay.
Like he was that's to me, that's the best version of Paul George. But then he kind of fluctuated between tier 2 and tier 1. It like every year it kept going up and down because the playoff performances kept going down and kind of up. So with me, it's we did see him play well in the playoffs 2 seasons or I guess you technically 2 seasons ago versus who did they play? Was it Dallas?
Yeah, it was Phoenix in that, was it Western Finals?
Phoenix, Western Conference Finals in Phoenix. But my thing is though, when Kawhi gets back, like, are we going to look at him like a tier 1 player while Kawhi is playing? Because Kawhi is better than him. That's how I'm looking at it.
So your question is, has Paul George played like a tier 1 with Kawhi on the court with him?
Yeah. Without Kawhi, he plays like a tier 1 because he has to. But with Kawhi, I don't know if he plays like a tier 1 player. That's like kind of the point.
I think because Kawhi is so ball dominant, you can't really judge it off of them because they both they should both sharing the ball. So it's like you can't really get a good assessment on how they're both playing. But without each other, they can both play at a high level with who they have around them. So it can go either way. Really.
Them niggas need a point guard.
They got one. They got my boy John Wall.
He hasn't played in 3. He hasn't played in 3 years. I'm not hoping a lot from him. That's a lot to ask for.
You see that clip where he was like, you telling me the third best player is going to have to guard me, and they put that clip of like Alfred Payton clamping him up or something like that. John Wall still an effective player.
I'm just saying, like, he ain't playing 3 years. I don't know how good he is, so I'm not about to hope a lot from a player.
That is very true.
Yeah.
That's like, no.
I was sleeping on my boy John Wall. Just watch. He may not be an all-star. All they need from him is like 16 and like 8 with like 4. I
don't know if he can do that no more. I just don't know.
Damn.
I'm not saying he can't. I just don't like. You have to keep in mind, he hasn't played professional basketball in 3 years.
It's been 1 year.
No, it's been
I
longer.
think it's been 1 year. Yeah,
because he
didn't
played.
play this.
He
He played the year before, but he didn't play this past year.
Well, okay. Did he play the year before? He played with James Harden was there, didn't he?
Yeah,
he played a little bit. Yeah. And
okay,
then
so
I
it's like a
think
year and a half. It's not 3 years. I don't know why I got 3 years.
Yeah, he was.
But still,
yeah.
I don't.
John Wall's one of them rare guys where you dump him into a game and he's gonna do his job. Just watch. He's gonna do his thing. I mean, he did it when he got to Houston. I think he was out a little bit before before playing for Houston. He may have had an injury or something. They dumped him back in there. He was doing his thing. So I believe in John Wall. Question though. So with prime John Wall, this is just a random one. Prime John Wall, was he tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3?
Tier 2.
Okay. Tier 2.
He wasn't.
I don't think he was ever at that tier 1.
Tier 1 is the superstar type of player. I don't think he was ever a superstar. He doesn't even have that many iconic moments to kind of name us. He has one. And I know what I'm talking about. That damn versus Celtics. That's it. That's his shit right there. But because he was never really a superstar to me, he was a star, like all-star and everything. So that's why I said tier 2.
Yeah.
He was cold though.
He was hella cold. He was a top 5. It was a point where he was arguably the best point guard in the East. I mean, there was Kyrie there, but for him to put up 20 and 10, that's why I asked, because he put up 20 and 10 once, and there was a point where he was arguably the best point guard in the Eastern Conference, like over Kyrie and a bunch of other guys. So
if he had a more consistent jumper back then, he probably could have taken.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But his jumper was kind of it wasn't terrible, but it was
yeah. Here's another random John Wall question, and I'll get to other players. Prime John Wall or John Morant that we saw last year?
I think I'm probably going.
I take John Morant.
Okay.
Good
I
question.
will take John Morant.
Man, that nigga John Wall used to be from end to end. That's the fastest nigga. I probably at least because him.
I think John's faster.
Ooh, no.
I do.
It's niggas you do not want to mess with from end to end. It's De'Aaron Fox. That nigga's quick. John Wall, Russell Westbrook, and at his best.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Ja pretty quick too, but I think John Wall got like track speed. I'm like dead ass serious.
Yeah.
Nah, I think that. Nah, I don't know about that.
I think he got.
Well, I wouldn't say track speed. I think John Morant
compared to other niggas, I think he got track speed.
If it's somebody that's got track speed, it's De'Aaron Fox. Nigga.
You can't put me on the spot like this. I'm gonna have to go back and watch some John Wall highlights.
I'm telling you, because when people were comparing him to there's a whole Derrick Rose comparison, and we all did it. But then I remember just watching John Wall again a couple weeks ago. I was like, Ja play more like John Wall than he play like Derrick Rose. Their game is hella similar.
Yeah, I just haven't seen him play a full season in a while, so I kind of forget how good he was. I know he was good, but I'm gonna have to look up some clips. But based off what I can remember, I might pick John Wall.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle because I really don't remember his highlights, so that's my bad. But
go check him out, boy, before we get the season started. Y'all gotta play it. Y'all gotta play it. I'm ready to say us.
I can silence the video and look at it real quick.
Yeah, but you better get ready because y'all gotta face up against the Clippers.
Nobody worry about no John Wall. We worry about Kawhi.
All right. So here's some other players. So let's go. Let's start it off here. Jimmy Butler. Is Jimmy Butler tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3?
Tier 2.
Yeah, I think he's tier 2. I know he's had great performances, but I just still look at him as a tier 2 player. And it's kind of unfair, really, why I do, because he still, he still put up numbers in key situations, everything, but I still just look at him as a tier 2 player. I don't know. And I don't even know if I can really describe why, because like I said, he has put up numbers in the situations like where they count on him and he came through with like 40 points. But I don't think do you think he's a superstar? Let me ask you that question. And that's tough because he's put up superstar numbers, but he's just not. I don't.
He can't be a superstar if he's not. Like I'm not going to use the regular season against him, but there are too many low 20-point a game seasons for me to call him a superstar. And while he's done impressive stuff in the playoffs, it's not impressive enough for me to think that he's a superstar, right? Like, I mean, he's done. I'm not taking anything away from what he's done. Yeah. But none of it's enough for me to just be like, oh, well, he averaged 19 in the regular season and came in the playoffs and did X, Y, and Z. Like, it's not enough for me to say he's a superstar, right? He's a star, but not a superstar.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Superstars have the long resume of great regular seasons and then great playoffs.
Yeah.
Like,
not just playoffs. Most of his stuff just comes in the playoffs, really.
Yeah.
For real, honestly. Because no superstar just has, I don't know, a great regular season and then shitty. Well, actually, some superstars have great
some do,
and then shitty playoffs, and then we call him James Harden because James Harden used to do that shit. But Yeah, but like you said, most likely no superstar is going to have a 19 points per game regular season and then come up and then have 30 points in the playoffs or whatever. That just doesn't match up. So yeah, I agree with you.
So you got to do it in the regular season as well as the playoffs. That's my thing. That's why I think that's just me ranting, but I think the MVP needs to include both the playoffs and the regular season, in my opinion. But that's a whole different conversation.
Or just have two different separate awards, like the regular season MVP and playoff MVP, which they kind of do with the finals MVP. I guess if you want to be picky with it, but I don't know.
Like an entire playoffs MVP, yeah.
I think they should.
Yeah,
I think they should. I honestly think that would benefit from really just separating those awards.
I think.
So then, if we do that, then what carries more weight?
Playoff MVP.
Okay.
If you win the playoffs.
Yeah. So you're regular.
If you win playoff MVP, it's a good chance you've gone to the finals. So.
Yeah.
Then how would people look at the dudes that win the regular season MVP? Would they really look at them like they just chumps or something? Like,
I mean, it's still an MVP, but it's just for the regular season.
It is. I'm just saying how people go look at it. Like, he won a regular
season. If you really like that, if you really like that, go out there and win both of them.
That's what I'm about to say. So
I'm about to say that's some tough shit though. But yeah, I don't know because it's I forgot you can go ahead because I forgot what I was gonna say.
Who would be like if you go look at the past regular season MVPs? Who would be those guys who did it both? Like Giannis would be one who did it both times around. Who was this year's MVP?
Jokic won it 2 years in a row.
I guess Jokic.
I think Steph would probably have two of them.
Yeah, Steph would. I wouldn't say Jokic. I mean, not because he plays back, but his team just didn't get to past a certain point. Russ, sorry, 2017 Russ, probably not. Harden, obviously no.
Goodness no.
Speaking of Harden, okay, so right now, current James Harden, tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3?
Tier 2.
He was going to say 3.
Who, me? You thought I was about to
the boy going to say 3. Let me see here. He's rough.
I'll say 2.
I don't know if I can name some star players as 3. Well, I can name like some dudes from like let me see.
There are a couple like younger guys.
With like a player like Siakam or something would be tier 3.
Yeah. Probably
because he's an all-star technically. So
yeah.
Fred VanVleet, I'll put dudes like him tier 3.
Yeah. So who did I just ask y'all? James Harden. Would James Harden be tier 2 or tier 3 right now, or would he be tier 1? I go tier 2. 2
years ago, he'd be tier 1.
Oh, easy. I think we're gonna see an MVP caliber season from James Harden. I think we're gonna see the bounce back. Y'all saw I'm watching them Rico Hines runs, right? Even though he got clamped by, I know y'all gonna pull up Scotty clamping him, but he looked quicker. Yeah.
Everybody looked good in those. They really runs because they ain't
true.
You know, they edit the videos and make them look good. So.
And they're pro athletes versus some of them dudes are not pro athletes they facing. Actually,
they still athletes.
Some of them are though.
They're not pros.
Them Rico Hines runs all pros. Matter of fact, most of them dudes is Raptors players too, because I think Rico Hines is like the Raptors development.
Yeah.
That.
But my thing is James
Harden. You said most of them dudes is Raptors.
Well, maybe one of them was a rapper.
Yeah.
Miles Bridges was at one of them runs, and he's somewhere else now.
Wait, who?
Miles Bridges. He was at one of them Rico Hines runs. He in the slammer. Is he still in the slammer?
Did they cut him?
He's not even in the slammer. He's a free agent because he's supposed to be. No, I mean he was going to be a free agent anyway because he's supposed to be getting a big contract extension.
Oh, I thought they cut him.
He ain't getting that extension. He might get signed.
I guess at least until that legal situation is resolved, if it gets resolved.
Damn, Miles.
Damn, you got to think smarter, not harder.
Come on, man.
He is in.
Come on now, man.
Come on, man. But Harden looks a lot better from what I've seen this off season, and he looks like he's got some mid range game going with him too. I saw him getting in the mid range a little.
He won't use it.
I bet he will. I bet we see some James Harden turnaround jumpers this year.
I put money on a lefty. I put money that we don't.
Has there ever been a lefty who we saw just go straight crazy in the mid?
No, not in terms of fadeaway, like turnaround fadeaways. They don't. Left-handed players don't shoot that. That's like rare.
I forget he's left-handed.
Michael Redd, maybe the only guy who would just go crazy in the mid. I'm trying to think of another lefty.
It's rare for a left-handed player, no matter what height they are, to shoot turnaround jumpers. I don't know why it kind of looks weird because we like used to right-handed dudes doing that, but I don't know. It's weird to me seeing that.
if a lefty like perfects his turnaround jumper, he'll probably be hard as hell to guard because they already say left-handed players right now are just automatically the hardest to
I'm
guard.
trying to think. They turn over the right shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nasty. It's disgusting. There's only one side of the floor they can dominate or some shit like that.
For real. Yeah, I don't know. But left-handed players in general in all sports are like rare. Like I feel like it's not a lot of lefties in the world.
Yeah. LeBron's a lefty. What if LeBron just had a season? What if LeBron had a season where he came out and just shot with his left hand the whole time?
Yeah,
be the worst season ever. Be the worst season ever.
If he averaged like 28 and 10 with his left hand,
that shit be, he ambidextrous though. I think because he right with his left or some shit, and then
he only shoots with his right. Yeah,
because if you seen him shoot with his left hand, you can tell he's like not used to shooting with his left.
So question. This is weird, but do y'all do anything like with y'all left hand?
No, let me think.
Probably not. It's useless. No, I'm being honest. I probably don't.
Outside of playing basketball, nah.
I didn't shot the ball with my left hand before. Like I didn't know.
Yeah,
I'm right-handed, but to do stuff, I use my left hand for most of it. I don't know why. It's kind of weird.
I never use my left hand.
Like if I open a door, it's like if I'm writing. Well, sometimes not if I'm writing, but if it's like everyday stuff, I use my left hand.
Yeah, I don't know. Outside of playing sports, I've never had to really primarily use my left hand. My brother, all my brothers are like that. Though, like all my brothers are ambidextrous. It's really creepy and strange. But all my brothers are ambidextrous.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I remember when I did start playing baseball, I tried to teach myself to become a switch hitter. So I used to try to bat with my left. That shit didn't work out for me. So, but no, I never really used my left.
The next NBA phenom is going to be a dude. Well, obviously there are going to be other guys, but the next big NBA phenom would be a guy like the next Steph Curry level dude would be a dude who will be like dominant with both hands. He'll come down one possession and score with and shoot with his right, then come down the next and then shoot with his left. Like he's coming. That'd be
Kyrie.
Kyrie shit. I believe
it. Yeah, that'd be some dope ass shit. He like a different possession, use a different hand or something like that. So that'd be tough.
I'm just imagining this random because you just said come down the lane, switch to the right and left hand. That's some Kyrie shit. Imagine if that dude was like 6'8". He'd be like the best player ever. I'm not even lying.
That's the next phenom. Is going to be a dude who's as good at shooting with both hands, with his left hand as he is with his right. That's going to be the next NBA phenom. I'm booking it. Next to that dude who we was looking at in the chat the other day. Who was it? The 7'3" dude. What's the guy's name?
Victor. I'm not even gonna try his last
16,
name.
17. I think.
Yeah.
Victor.
That dude. Cold.
I saw a clip of Chet blocking Steph's shot at his camp when he was like 16.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's crazy.
I did. That was at that Steph Curry 30 camp. I remember. I was watching that the other day. Yeah. All right. Jason Tatum, tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3?
Tier 2.
Because that's a hard one because of his performance he had in the playoffs, but then he kind of sloped down as we start getting close to the finals. He had a chance to stay up in that tier 1 after he did what he did to KD, but I'm gonna have to put him. I'm gonna give him tier 1.5. No, I'm just playing. I give him tier 2, but I want to put him tier 1. But he kind of melted a little bit near the bottom of the finals.
You said he melted?
He melted, or I don't know how you want to put it, but he didn't play well.
Like if he wins finals and wins finals MVP, is he tier 1?
Oh yeah, I think that would bump. You probably bump him to tier 1 because the players that do that, normally we kind of go into the next season hoping that like they would stay towards that tier 1 because obviously they just won the championship and the finals MVP. It's hard to put a player like that at tier 2.
Yeah, like Iguodala, like he was one you just couldn't put tier 2.
He's one you couldn't because we know like he shouldn't have really won that. But
you know what I'm saying? He was automatically tier 1 after winning that finals MVP.
I know, I got none. That's one player where I just said the rules to that would be different for him. Especially for him. They're different.
He dumbest finals MVP of all time.
Really?
This one's okay. Then this one's obvious. Then Jaylen Brown. Now his question is he tier 2 or tier 3?
Tier 3.
Yeah,
I can't really. It's too many people in tier 2 that's like better than I can't put him up in tier
3. Yeah. I agree 3 because Jason Tatum better than him. And they're not on the same level to me personally. So
we had that debate for a minute, like who was better between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. We had that debate for a second, but I think the finals performance, like after we kind of saw, and there were just a lot of playoff moments. He was okay, but there are a lot of moments where he just had he laid a lot of eggs here and there in the playoffs. So
a whole lot of eggs.
Yeah,
we might have to go back and check the stats. But did Jaylen Brown play better in the finals than Jason Tatum?
Let me go back and look. Actually, what was that? 20.
You look up Jason Tatum. I look up Jaylen Brown.
All right, let's go to Basketball Reference.
I think Jaylen Brown did play better in the finals.
That's what I'm
last
thinking
time
because
I
I'm
looked,
like, because Jason Tatum didn't play good at all, so that's why I'm thinking that.
he'll bounce back though.
So if
Yeah,
so if it turns out that Jaylen Brown played better, so will we have to bump him back up to tier 2?
How many points did he average?
Let me go back and look because I can't find him for some reason.
But to be honest, all the great players that had games like that, most of them in finals or in the playoffs or whatever, they didn't melt it. They just learned from it. Kobe had some starting out. He was airballing against Utah and everything. LeBron obviously had his. KD had a couple, so it happens.
Why can I not find Jaylen Brown's final stats?
Because they don't want you to see it.
Yeah, somebody hiding the information.
They hiding. They FBI it. They sealed it. It's sealed. It's a sealed envelope.
Like I literally can't find it. Wow.
They vacuum sealed it, Carl.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got him at 24.7 rebounds and 4 assists in the finals. And then I'm gonna look up Jason Tatum final stats.
Tatum's probably like 19, 20 points.
Yeah.
On 35% shooting. Because I'm telling you, like, bro, it was a point in time.
Yeah.
Eastern Conference Finals going into the finals. I was texting Tom, like, bro, like he is not shooting the ball good at all. Like
he was 22 a game with 7 assists and 7 rebounds. So he made up for it. Remember the whole assist thing? That was like a major thing. So I still say Tatum because he made up for it.
What was his shooting splits? He had to be like 35%.
I don't want to read those off right now.
It can't be that bad.
Nah, they weren't good.
Let me go back and look. Hold up. Oh my God.
It was probably 30%, 35%, right?
They were horrible.
So I got a 17%, 42%, 39, 34, 50. Yeah, 33%, 36% for that series. God, yeah.
From the field?
From the field. While Jaylen Brown's percentages were
40.
Go back and look.
Damn, that's
Jaylen Brown was 43%. So 43%.
Hey,
decent.
AJT, it don't matter.
Yeah.
We 36%. Hey, it don't even matter. You in St. Louis, we gonna let that slide, bro.
Yeah, on me. They'll both bounce back.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Damn, no. Yeah, I don't care. He doing better than me.
This next one's obvious. I feel like Dame.
Tier 1.
Tier 1, yeah.
Oh man, you was
a little hesitant there.
I was about to say tier 2, but I got it. I realized
he cold, bro. He one of my favorite players to watch.
Yeah, we had that heated argument about who was better between him and Kyrie. Remember that one?
Him and Kyrie.
Yeah.
You made valid points.
No, they're both tough. When you take them both of them at their absolute best.
But yeah, I just want to see Dame with I mean, even though he's never had terrible teams with Portland because he still had CJ McCollum and like decent bench players. I just want to see him in a bigger market. But I'm not going to see that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like I want to see him get a chance to have a reliable star on the side of him or whatever, like a superstar, not just like a player like I want to see him with not a Giannis or anything, but I just want to see him on a better team in a better organization.
A much better team.
It's like how Portland made a lot of moves. Like Portland made some solid moves, but none of it's like
we didn't even name that team, and when we was naming teams or whatever to watch out for in the West.
Yeah.
Portland Trailblazers never came up. I'm just thinking about that.
Yeah.
They made good moves, but they weren't like great moves.
Transcended. Yeah.
And I think they're gonna make the playoffs, to be honest with you, because sometimes Dame gets them niggas to the playoffs sometimes, and they probably aren't the most talented team to even be doing that, and he sneaks them in there a couple times where he has. But now without CJ McCollum, though, so I don't know.
That's true.
It's a solid enough support. There's Jeremy Grant there, which I like, but that's a good pickup if like you said, if he had like another real all-star next to him. Like maybe Simmons takes the Anthony Simmons or Simons or whatever takes that big leap, but probably not. I doubt that's gonna be.
Yeah, matter of fact, if they make the playoffs, I think Dame gonna win his first MVP.
It's about he's due for one. He's due for one.
He's like been in spots where like he's leading the rankings or whatever MVP voting, but then he kind of drops off towards the end of the season. Like I remember, was it last year or the year before, whatever? I think he was averaging near 30. He was like leading in the MVP voting, and then he kind of dropped down a little bit.
Our freshman year, he was losing his mind. In college,
it might have been that because it's hard to sustain that at his height. He's like 6'2".
Yeah,
which is tall to the average human, but in the NBA, that's short.
Yeah, and Dame, there was like that fresh. I think our freshman year in college, that's when he was like. And then the stuff he did, he was getting it in. And that stuff he was doing in the bubble was like insane. But like that was clearly that bubble stuff. If I don't want to take away from what he did, but he was doing some stuff.
It was fake.
You said what?
It was fake.
Some of that was practice shots he was taking. Some of it, like he was taking practice shots, like scrimmage shots.
Dudes didn't want to be there, bro. And sometimes you can clearly tell because like the defense wasn't all the way. I don't know. People just really didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
That's what I say all the time when you like, oh, but yeah, they were balling. But I'm like, some of these dudes, bro, I'd never seen.
Can you blame them? No, that didn't. I mean, as much as it like on the outside, I'm sure it seemed fun to us.
No,
that was
to me. I didn't like it.
What was that? Kairos. That's where it was at.
You said they was at a retreat.
It was at a retreat, boy.
Grown men at a retreat. That's crazy.
That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think he'll make an MVP run. I honestly do. But I was gonna say this question. Do you all think like where would you rank him in terms of like all-time shooters? Like top 5, top 10? What?
I say top 10. I know he doesn't really have like the efficiency, but as far as just like, I think I'd rank him top 10.
You look at his stats. I know he got some 40% from 3. He got to. As much as he
shoots. Not like some of the other guys probably have. At least I think just not even looking at stats right now. But I think if you just going over his career, I think you have to include him in there just based off the body of work and what he's done. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think because there are guys who've made more threes all time than him. But also that to a certain extent, I don't care about that. James Harden's made more threes all time than Dame Lillard, and Dame Lillard is a better shooter than James Harden to me. As far as you're counting like putting all things in, as far as the range and all of that, like those all-time stats, they're great for longevity. But like as far as shooters that I've seen personally, as far as who we've seen shoot, Dame's probably number 2 or number 3, maybe. Yeah.
Because like he's 90% from the free throw line. Like 90% from the free throw line is actually like rare. Like not
over his career.
Over his career, he's 90% basically. 89.3. Yeah. And then 3-point percentages, I can round it up to like 38%. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah. I expected it to be like, I'm gonna be honest, I expect it to be like 35% as much as he shoots, because he shoots a lot of threes.
Yeah. And as the range too, as long as he shoots them. Like,
yeah, that's the only problem I have with Luka is talking about shooting too much. Like, I think he's actually a really good shooter, but his shot selection makes people believe he's not when you look at his stats, because he misses he takes a lot of bad shots sometimes.
Yeah.
So that kind of seeps into his stats of him not shooting well or whatever, because it's like that 33%. But that's another discussion, whatever. But
Devin Booker,
another discussion for another day.
Yeah, Devin Booker. Devin Booker he's a pure shooter.
Yeah. But his percentages don't hold up.
They don't. I tried to explain to you one time. I was like, bro, as good as he is, I expect him to be a 40% 3-point shooter like all the time. That's just me though. But for some reason, I don't know if it's shot selection or what, I don't know.
Because you've never seen a wide open. Probably last time you saw a wide open Luka 3 off like the catch as his rookie year. Like all the shots had to be contested.
Devin Booker too.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing. That's a testament to them though, because the defender knows they ask and shoot. So I think that's. But
respect the shooter. I think he'll have a career year as far as 3-point percentage. Luka will, because I think he'll play a lot more off the ball. Maybe I think Dinwiddie's going to be a higher priority on offense. I feel like it. Maybe we'll see what happens, but I think he'll have his best 3-point shooting season percentage wise.
I agree.
Who's your all pick? I mean, we can all make picks right now. Who's your pick for MVP? I'm pretty sure we've already picked it before, but let's do it again, I guess.
I don't think I picked one guy though.
Oh, you got to pick one.
My pick for MVP is probably either Ja or Ja, Steph, or Embiid.
You got to pick one. You got to pick one out of them 3, Blake. You got to pick one.
Ja. I think Ja.
Okay. You got Ja. Ty, who you got?
They're going to kill us on IG because apparently there's a Ja. There's like people are mad about people are thinking people take it too far with Ja apparently or something like that.
It's a certain word for it.
Tell them to shut up.
Because I was like, y'all be acting like this man ain't do what he did. I say Kawhi. I think Kawhi is the only thing Kawhi needs at this point. First of all, there's a dude like him and Kawhi Leonard has nothing left to prove to the NBA right now. 2-time Finals MVP, 2-time NBA champion. Only thing I guess is for him
Nuggets thing.
You said what?
I said that Nuggets thing in the bubble. I don't
even care about that. No, I really don't care about that. He's got
he shot the shot off the backboard. This shit was hilarious.
Was that him or Paul? That was Paul.
That was Paul George.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
That was
when fun. They lost. I remember when they lost that series, everybody was on Instagram and Twitter making fun of them niggas, bro.
Because they talked a lot of shit the whole series.
Yeah. Well, at least Patrick Beverly and Paul George. Kawhi don't say nothing. But
Paul George told Damian.
Kawhi just looked at Kawhi just sit there and look like.
That's what I'm saying. Kawhi's got it. Kawhi just needs an MVP, and there's nothing left to say about that dude.
He could get one, but I don't think he'd be on the court enough to get it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Load management. That's that we made that word after him.
We did.
Load management.
But I probably got because I wanted to pick Luka. I got Dame. I'm thinking Dame now.
Okay.
Really?
If he makes the playoffs. If Dame makes the playoffs, I'll pick Dame.
Okay.
Because of the team.
Don't sleep on Harden, though, for making it. I think the Sixers can put out 2 dudes who can make an MVP run.
You hope you're right.
Yeah, they ain't got no. Harden's got to revive himself because, good Lord, I've never seen a dude who deteriorated as much as him. As far as
we about to see right now. This is a season where we can fully determine if he's actually on a cliff.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I can give him benefit of doubt last year and then kind of the year before that, the half of the year or whatever with the Nets. If it was his hamstring, because he was definitely nursing that in the playoffs when KD was out there balling by himself.
Mm.
So we go see. He had a full off season to get healthy, get right. He lost some weight, look in shape. This year right here.
Yeah. Zach LaVine, tier 2 or tier 3? Because we already know he's not tier
3.
Tier 3.
Okay.
I gotta go 3.
Tier 3.
DeRozan 2.
DeRozan's 2. I was just about to say DeRozan. Yeah, Zach's tier 3 doesn't play defense. I mean, right now, I don't want to just simplify him just to this, but Zach LaVine's just a scorer, and he hasn't proved that he can do it like at that super high playoff stage just yet. He's an all-star.
Let's simplify him. Yeah, let's simplify him.
Yeah.
Be honest with you though, he's improved a lot though, because I remember when he was at UCLA and going to the Timberwolves, his shot was nasty. Now nigga can shoot, so I'm actually that's actually crazy.
He was a point guard at first. I forgot. Like in Minnesota, he was a point guard. I forgot.
Yeah, no choice. He couldn't shoot.
Right. It was all right. It was all right. Let me see. Okay, so LaVine's gonna. I just need to see stuff from him in the postseason, and he got to play defense because I think this offseason people just realized that him and Donovan Mitchell don't play any defense. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'd like to see him make strides on that end because most guys in tier 1 can get it done on both ends, or they're dominating multiple statistical categories. Like Giannis, obviously, elite 2-way player. LeBron, I mean, we know if you're putting up 38 and 8, we got you. Kevin Durant's too good of a scorer to put anywhere below tier 1. Jokic, obviously. Embiid, obviously. Curry, obviously. Luka, and I think somebody else we put in there in that Kyrie. Kyrie's another rare one. Steph, yeah. Kyrie's another rare one who just really dominates one facet of the game, but he's so good at just that you just have to keep
It's a hot take. Well, I don't know if it's a hot take I don't know. But I just think at their best, I think Kyrie Irving's better than Steph. That's just me.
I think so too.
But people are not going to say that because of the rings. This is what people automatically go to. But Kyrie hasn't been the most healthiest player. And actually, Steph hasn't even been the most healthy either. And the fact that he has 4 rings and he has ankle issues is still crazy to me. Yeah. So imagine if he was fully healthy his whole career. That's insane. But I think at their best, I think Kyrie, because I've seen Kyrie when they match up against each other, I've seen him get the best of them.
Yeah.
Honestly. Just want to put that out there.
No, that's a fact.
You should actually make that the what you call it, the
snippet.
The what's name is Kyrie better.
Yeah, they're gonna go. They
go click that. They go click that.
Yeah, they're gonna click on that one. Reels are really weird, by the way. You'll get like thousands of views on them and get no new followers from them at all.
Oh yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the reels, like which one grabs the eye.
Yeah,
it's like that one that I didn't expect to when I posted that Twitter one.
Yeah,
I looked at my phone 2 minutes later, it was already at 500 views or whatever. So I was so confused.
I posted one on my new page that got 10.9K, but I got 1 new follower. And hella comments, and hella comments, but nobody followed. That's what, I think I lost a follower, so you don't know IG Reels. It's hella weird.
But let's be honest. But let's be honest though, because I didn't post IG Reels to YouTube Shorts, and it do the same thing. But let's be honest, when we look up at people YouTube Shorts or IG Reels that we follow.
Oh, I follow a hell of IG Reels in the last couple of weeks.
Okay, yeah, because I don't. I just look at it. If it's funny, like if it's comedy, I follow it. But I'm talking about on like YouTube Shorts. I'm not. I won't.
Oh yeah, I don't sub on YouTube Shorts. Yeah.
So it's crazy. I expect them to do it, and I don't.
Honestly don't. I'm gonna just look at it and then just be like, okay.
Am I on YouTube?
Oh, you probably are, or you used to be. I don't know. So, I'm on it every day, so
yeah,
I have to be honestly.
Yeah. Okay. So Zach LaVine tier 3, DeMar tier 2, Trae Young
tier
20 and 10.
1.5 tier 1.5.
Tier 2.
Yeah, tier 2.
And listen.
Go ahead, say it, Carl.
He averaged like 28 points. like back to like what did he average last year before the 28 or
Basically 28 and 10 the last 2-3 years. Maybe a little bit.
Any other dude do that, we putting him in tier 1.
That's true. That's true. So what's
like literally Luka, Luka. I don't want to compare him, but literally Luka has the same type of numbers. We put him tier 1, but he's had not deeper playoff runs. Let's be honest, because they both kind of like their playoff resume is kind of similar.
Oh, it is. Okay, that's good. Let's do it. So
we have to, based off the criteria, how we view Luka and how his playoff resume is very similar to Trae's with the Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, and first round matchups. Kind of, I think we have to put Trae tier 1.
They both have reached the same level in the playoffs. They both did go conference.
But who's performed better though?
At that level, that's a good question.
Probably Luka.
As much as I like Trae Young, I put Luka over him just because of.
Yeah, I'm not saying. I ain't saying Trae better than Luka. I'd never say that.
No, I'm saying, but like if we were saying like to get into that tier, I'd put Luka over.
Shit, I was finna ask y'all if Trae was better than Luka just because of that. Fuck it, I don't care.
No, I think Luka's better.
Yeah,
because like look, and his percentages, like his in terms of efficiency, like it's gotten better. Like in 2020, it was 44%. Last year it was 46%, and he averaged more points.
Yeah,
that's crazy. He averaged 3 more points. It was 28 and 10 last year, and then it was 25 and 10 the year before. Any other point guard or whatever do that, we put him tier 1. I'm just kind of comparing them to other dudes that we have put tier 1.
Yeah.
I think it would separate him and Luka. I think also is Trae got clamped in that first round. He got done.
Ooh, yes, he did. He got.
Okay, I'm gonna look up his playoff stats. Luka. I know Luka's is like 32 or something because remember they were comparing him like the best playoff average ever next to Michael Jordan.
It was like Jordan's. They compared to Jordan or something like that.
Like 32 or something like that. Playoff stats. Which I think his playoff stats gonna be. I'm gonna see if you can guess it.
28 plus or 30.
He has averaged 25 points or 26 points, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds in his 21 games of his playoff career.
How many rebounds?
Oh, 3.
Really? That's damn, really?
It was 9 assists.
Okay. Damn, 3 rebounds? Okay, yeah, wow.
That's a lot for him.
But he's never been clamped up like in a play. We saw Trae get sent to jail in that first round last year. So we ain't seen that with Luka. They tried everything. Like I said, last year we came to the conclusion that nobody can guard Luka Doncic. Nobody. Yeah. We saw PJ Tucker and some other guys
that's why I'm saying when people was actually arguing like is Luka who's better between Trae and Luka, I'm like, okay, I see what you all are saying. Like they made valid points, but if you just look at them, Luka's better than Trae. It is what it is, honestly. Because they're like almost the same type of skilled players, but obviously Trae got more handles, but literally just Luka's taller. I'm always going to take the player with more upside and height than the player at 6 foot, that's 6'1" or whatever. It's just what it is.
I don't even think he's 6'1", to be honest with you.
He can't be. And he's little. Dude's little as hell.
Yeah, he's little. He might be little. Got a big heart.
Yeah. But think Luka, the size.
I was so confused. I was so confused as to where that was going. I was so confused.
Luka got a better paint game. He's more. I think he's got obviously better mid-range game. Yeah, there are more ways he dominates the game than Trae. But yeah, I can't even say much else behind that. So yeah,
are you gonna change your mind? Or you still gonna keep him at tier 2?
No, Trae's still tier 2. But what does he have to do to be tier 1?
I guess make another Eastern Conference Finals run. I don't know.
Which ain't gonna happen.
Not even that. Just get into the second round. If he keeps up putting 28 and 10 every year, like I'm probably gonna have to put him tier 1 because there's some dudes that put those numbers up that don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals or Western Conference Finals. We being honest.
Yeah.
So like you gotta be fair.
Make an MVP push and have a solid enough playoff run, and then maybe we'll come back and call him a tier 1 player.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna be early to the party. I'm gonna call him tier 1. Right
okay.
Now. I know that
might be. You gonna be early to the party, huh, Carl?
I might be a look. Yeah, be early to the party. Nobody there. I'm the only nigga there. But I'm gonna say
that's gonna get weird.
Yeah, I'm just bummed. Yeah.
I feel like I know where Blake gonna put this next dude at. John Morant.
He gonna put him tier 1.
God no.
I'm putting him 1. Easily.
I think Trae is better than Ja. So
no,
I think Trae's better.
I love Trae, but no, I take Ja.
What makes Ja better than Trae? If we're talking playoffs, if we go so like I said, Trae's 28 and 10. Ja is dope. I'm not taking anything away, but Trae's 28 and 10. He was more available than Ja was last year. Trae's made a conference finals run. Ja's had great stuff he's done in the playoffs too, but he wasn't there when the Grizzlies made their deepest run. Like he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So what would put Ja over Trae?
I mean, you can't really say. I know people get hurt, but I don't know if you can use that as. Can you really use that as an argument though?
Hell yeah, people use it
just because he got hurt.
People do it with Kawhi and Kyrie.
I do it with Kawhi all the time, especially I do. So.
I don't know, man. I feel like you can't really. I mean, you can control it, but it's like it happened what it is.
Because let's be honest, all the tier 1 players, because this means I don't have no problem, because this means my argument for Trae Young will be invalid, and I won't have no problem with that. So all the tier 1 players that we argue that there could be top 5 players, take out Trae Young, because I might bounce him out.
Well, that's a good question, actually. Could they argue?
I think if you want to be tier 1, I think this is my criteria now. I'm thinking about it. It makes sense to me, at least.
Mm-hmm.
If we can't argue for you being top 5, you probably shouldn't be in there. So let me take Trae out, because I don't think I can argue him from being top 5.
That is the best definition of tier 1. Then I agree, because I look at everybody: Giannis, Brian, KD, Nikola Jokic, Embiid, Curry, Doncic, and Kyrie. Was there anybody else you put in that tier 1?
Dame at his best. You can argue that.
Yeah. I agree with that. Then If that's
so I can't put Trae. I can't put Trae in there. I'll bump Trae, because I just thought about that. So I can't put Trae in there, because I would contradict myself.
I agree with that. That's actually
good job, Carl.
Yeah, that's actually mind-boggling.
Now I'm just saying, Blake, would you now put Ja in there? Because I can't argue.
Yes, I would.
Because he had Ja top 5 at one point this year, though.
I did.
Ah, God damn.
You remember that Spotify green room?
Yeah, I ain't bringing that
I
up.
remember that. Yeah.
Let's see here.
I was sitting. I stood on it, and I still stand on it.
This the dude's first great year though, like that. The dudes in the top 5 been having those years.
That's where people get mad about Ja. It's like, okay, well, this is his first. Yeah.
Like niggas wasn't doing this when Trae had his first type of season like that last year, the year before.
True.
God damn.
I sure wouldn't. But also, I say this though: Ja's always had early postseason success though.
Yeah,
that's another thing. I mean, I think Trae didn't really hit his postseason stride.
Yeah,
Trae's first postseason was really good, but Ja was great in like those big games or whatever. Since
in the first
season,
in the first round, he wasn't that great. He was okay
against Utah.
He was decent.
What's name was the best player on in that series? Desmond Bane.
Oh, I'm talking about that playing game.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, I'm saying like from the get-go, Ja had more meaningful games, especially against superstars, than Trae did early. So I think maybe they're looking at that because Ja was going at Kyrie, Ja was going at everybody his rookie year. He like blocked Kyrie's shot, like a game-winning shot from Kyrie in his rookie year and all that. So
I remember Kyrie did like a spin move on a wing and he just blocked. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He cooked Harden. And then I don't know if you remember that game. He cooked James Harden.
He said, tell that MF who I am.
Tell him who I am. He said,
that boy talk.
He be talking crazy, boy. Better go play on me. He ain't do that in college either.
He did, and that's the weird thing about it. If you did it in college, okay, you are who you are, but it's like some switch. I don't know what it is, but hey, talk your talk if you can back it up.
Like you planning something.
That boy look evil. He like a Spy Kid villain.
I'm just listening, man. I'm just listening.
Somebody had a picture of Ja and DeJounte Murray and said the two corniest dudes in the league.
But DeJounte kind of corny. But
no, DeJounte, that man is
boy got a lot to prove.
He didn't even have a lot to prove at first until you start talking a lot. But
that's what I'm saying.
He got out of San Antonio. Now we really starting to see how
we starting to see how Pop kept under the table.
Yeah. They got to be in your contract.
Pop don't play that shit.
Nah. It got to be in your contract to stay humble if you're in San Antonio, because none of them brag about anything. Kawhi never bragged. Tim Duncan never bragged. Tony Parker did some wild stuff off the court. And you never heard Tony Parker brag.
He really is. But you see, that's just how Kawhi is, though, because he went to the Clippers. He just acts the same way. So.
Yeah.
But
I was going to see a different Kawhi.
Whenever somebody mentions Tim Duncan, I keep thinking of that Charlemagne, the guy that interview.
What are you talking about?
He said, I don't know.
He asked Danny Green that question.
I was just watching Charlemagne today. He was like, remember Safari did that freestyle? He goes, nah, that ain't it.
Yeah, that ain't it.
And I'll be honest,
did you see the MGK one?
Yeah. I just saw it yesterday.
And he looked like he was finna cry.
He was finna cry.
Yeah, Charlemagne was like, that don't move me, man.
He said that just don't move me.
It's bars, bro.
He said that don't move me.
MGK said, man, I'm just tired of everybody saying that though.
He showed it.
Charlotte made you look. That don't move me, man.
Funniest one was Safari. He said, nah. As soon as Safari finished, he said, nah, that ain't it.
Because I'm be honest, the Safari bars, it wasn't the bars was the bad. It was his delivery that was
I remember when he wore that
calling it
Gatorade. I remember when he wore that Gatorade outfit.
Yes.
Ooh, Safari. They said what does he do? Is he a rapper like a MTV dude?
I don't know what he is.
MTV, Loving Hip Hop, Autumn Loving Hip Hop. I was about to curse.
So he one of them, man. Okay.
Yeah, he one of them Loving Hip Hop people of Atlanta or whatever. But the funniest part in that freestyle, what he was doing, he actually
a man on Loving Hip Hop.
He actually made a like sound of him breathing. That's
breathing the back end. They call him the Atkins.
Bring it back, bring it up.
I was like, that was trash. Nah, that ain't it.
Somebody
said his hairline was sprayed on. I swear I saw that in the comments.
Most of them dudes got fake haircuts. But what's it called? The Beijing?
You can tell when it's hella shiny on their forehead. Yeah, it's Beijing. It's a spray. Blake, it's a spray. Carlos Boozer. Yeah. Carlos Boozer used to do it. Just look it up, Blake. Look up Carlos Boozer, Beijing.
I've seen that one. That was his was sad.
His was too obvious.
That's all I can say about that. That's horrible.
At least if you go do it, make it not obvious. That nigga head was shiny like some shoes.
Somebody needs to beat him up for that.
Yeah, that was nasty. He said he had KG and Paul Pierce that game. They was flaming him that whole game too. KG, all right, what's this on your head? He's like, hey, KG, look at Carlos. So we got Devin Booker, tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3?
2. I can't argue him being top 5. Don't put him 3. You go put him.
I'm about to say he's thinking of 3.
I say 2. I wasn't thinking of 2. I was thinking of 1.
Okay. They were. Now I was expecting him to make a tier 1 leap last, and he almost had a moment because he was an MVP candidate. Remember, he made that like little run after Chris Paul got hurt, but he can get there soon though. Devin Booker can get there soon. I just think maybe expand different parts of his game, and there are times where he's streaky. So he's a streaky scorer. If this was 10 years ago, he probably would have won the MVP because the criteria 10 years ago is different. When you have the best record in the league and you average 25 points, you're probably going to win the MVP. But this is in a league now where dudes average 30 and you number 5 in scoring and you average 30. Yeah. All right, so Chris Paul. Carl's going to have an interesting one here.
2.
Yeah.
3.
God, dog, 3?
I'm just playing. I just said this fuck with you too.
3. Here's one. I was gonna say Kyle Kuzma as a joke, but I ain't gonna do it.
Tier 8, nigga. Tier 8.
Tier 10, my brother.
That nigga tier 18.
He ain't even in tiers. He just a player.
He just out there. I'm playing. Shout out to Kyle Kuzma. I think he's gonna make a leap, and I gotta root for him this year because he's on my squad.
You go keep hoping for that leap because it ain't gonna happen. You gotta. He's one of the most inconsistent players you find in the league.
Yeah, I know. Sad story.
Kyle Kuzma sucks.
No, he doesn't.
He don't suck, but
he's solid. Kyle Kuzma's solid. He should be better than what he is, though.
He dropped 6-7. He dropped. That's why I was like, what? You go play that back and see how that sound. Bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He played. Damn, that was messed up. He played. He scored 67 in the Pro AM.
He playing against dudes like us. That's who he scored 67 against. Playing against niggas like us.
I see he grew that beard out.
Yeah.
You said what?
Grew that beard out. Like
he
that.
do?
He grew the beard out.
I didn't know he could grow a beard.
They out there waiting for LeBron like he Jesus. It's like a whole park of dudes just waiting. It's ridiculous.
3 dudes you do that for is MJ and Kobe. They used to do the same thing for them. Well, I don't know if MJ ever played in. He played in charity games, I think.
So he did.
He ain't playing no. He ain't playing no charity games for nobody.
Yes, he did. He used to.
He probably took the money and wrote it off or something like that. Exactly. You know MJ is.
He took the money and said, I took that personal.
He bet everybody in them.
Took the money and said, I took the personal.
I bet you I can't make this jump.
Put your shoes on. We'll play 1-on-1 right now.
That's what he told Magic Johnson. He was so serious when he
was serious.
He was dead serious about that too.
Magic Johnson, you know how Magic Johnson left you. Oh, I know what you're talking.
Yeah, my boy Lou. I told you he did it on point.
He need like a Netflix special. I'm like so serious. I would sign that petition if you like need it, bro.
Oh, really, Carl? You would?
Okay, I forgot where I found him at. I think I found him when we were doing the power. He started doing power like parodies or whatever.
Did you miss some I Am Athlete? Because wasn't he on the episodes too?
No, he was on that. He was on that too. But I'm saying the first thing when I found out he was hella funny is when he did the Zeke parody.
Oh yeah.
I found him last year. That was
like sucks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had to stop watching it so much because I got tired of watching.
So you okay? The other one's a boo boo to me, like the Kanan and the Tommy. I don't really mess with them, but the main one, you tell me you gonna start.
Oh, the main one was great. The main one was great.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know why y'all. I don't know.
And I got
watched it.
You watched Euphoria, dude.
You watch Euphoria. You can watch Power, bro.
I don't watch no Power.
And I'm saying if you do, you can watch Power because Euphoria ain't nothing but a bunch of meth addicts or something like that. I don't know what they
coming from a dude that watched Stranger Things and Euphoria.
That's a good show. And I know.
What's that karate show? Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai was nah.
You watch all them shows.
When they had that little boy walking out that locker room with his drawers on, that little brother, the only brother in the show, I couldn't watch it. That boy's name was Kenny too. I couldn't watch it.
That's a setup.
Oh, they had him look like a punk.
That's a setup.
He was scared. He was They was trying to fight him. He was I can't watch that shit.
He getting paid to be a punk, bro.
I don't want to say that, but that's true. For real.
Well, he was. I think they changed his character around now. He punking other people.
I'm a Karate Kid fan. I watched all 3 of them movies when I was little religiously, and that show is trash. Horrible.
Better than
when you said karate, the first thing I thought of was Ninja Turtles because they do karate.
I used to watch anything karate related. I was on it back when I was a kid. Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles.
Niggas like 6'4".
Yeah.
Master Shifu.
Kung Fu Panda. They're making a 4th Kung Fu Panda, by the way.
Kung Fu Panda is like underrated. That's
very
like
underrated.
That's one of the rare cartoon movies that will like keep your attention the whole time.
Yeah, it would.
That nigga love a bowl of noodles.
On me. Movies had me hungry as a mug after I watched it. I don't know why we talking about DreamWorks movies.
That food used to look hella good.
Oh God.
You know what the weirdest movie I've ever seen in my life is?
I don't want to know.
There's a million you could probably say here.
Have y'all seen Sausage Party?
Oh my God.
Oh, you watched that? I've seen it.
I watched it. And when it got to the end, I had to turn it off.
Seth Rogen is hilarious. I just want to put that.
That's literally the weirdest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Nah.
I'm not gonna name the teacher. We were at a retreat in Chicago. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about this. We were at a retreat in Chicago, and we had to stay like at this big old like house or whatever. So I went downstairs.
I'm worried about where this is going.
And it was I'm not gonna say the name, but it was a teacher just sitting there, just watching that end scene on Sausage Party. I was like, he just sitting there.
He was trying to send y'all some messages.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
It's a party.
That movie wild. I got 2 Timberwolves here. One cat.
Let me say mine is Pootie Tang. I don't know if you ever.
Oh, the weirdest movie?
That's weird. That movie's weird.
What's the weirdest?
What's your weirdest movie?
I don't want me to say it on it. Weirdest movie I've seen. I ain't gonna lie. Purple Rain was a little weird. Have y'all ever seen Purple Rain?
That's a soft answer. I know you didn't see it.
I'm not gonna say what it is, what it actually is. What is?
I can't say. I'm trying to think of my actual answer because I don't really know what it is.
The weirdest movie I seen, like,
Nanny McPhee. That's weird.
That one's creepy. That one used to creep me out when I was little. E.T. E.T. scared the hell out of me when I was little. I don't give a damn what nobody says.
You seen E.T. now? He grew up, like he grown and everything. You seen E.T.?
They need to make a second. E.T. was scared the shit out of me when I was little.
I was about to say.
All right. Karl Anthony Towns, is he tier 2 or tier 3? Because we know he's tier 1.
Tier 3.
Yeah, I'm a hating ass nigga today. 3.
I put him tier 3. I put him tier 3. Crazy as it sounds, and as skilled as he is, because he's probably as skilled as not as skilled. He's probably a slightly less skilled than Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. So you would think that'd put him in tier 2. But I just think for him to be as old as he is, I mean, he's not super old, but he's like what? He's past 25, right? And he's been in the playoffs twice.
He should be past 25.
And he's been in the playoffs twice and has proved nothing in the postseason. He's been horrible in the postseason his whole career.
Some dudes are just good players.
Y'all so mean.
And I'm a Kentucky dude to the core, but
he's
y'all so mean.
I'm just saying. He's 7 foot tall. He's 7 foot tall, and he's a little.
Timid.
Now, I instead of soft, I might just call him barrel chested or something. He might be a little barrel chested.
He timid. He timid.
He a little barrel chested. I'm gonna start saying that.
You timid.
Milk toast. Milk toast is
Milk toast. Yeah. Anthony Edwards is pretty obvious here.
Two.
Okay.
2. I think he's tier 2. I think he's better than Karl Towns. I don't care if Karl Towns puts up 30 points. I've seen what Anthony Edwards is becoming. 20 points is first, or 19 points is his rookie year. I think it was 19 points. Then 22 is second. Like that means he's probably going to get to 25, 26 next year.
Yeah. So. I think if the Timberwolves are good too, I said this I think last pod. I think he can make an MVP run this year too. There are a lot of guys who can get in that conversation, and he's one of them. So, All right, Donovan Mitchell is pretty obvious, right?
2.
2. I say 2.
Okay, y'all know who's next.
Yeah,
you.
Rudy Gobert. Well, I'm tiered. Rudy Gobert.
3. He just plays defense. I can't put that nigga. I don't even
think about that. He 3.
He just plays defense. We said that shit hella fast. He said,
I do not care. That man is 3. Tier 3.
He just plays defense, Ty. You can't put a player that just plays defense. And I'll be honest.
If you give me all that money and tell me go out there and play some defense, well, I'm like 5'9", so never mind. But still, okay. If you give somebody that's like 6'7", 6'8", all that money and tell him go out there and play defense as hard as you can, he'll be another Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, Blake, you 5'9", you a little boy, you look short, huh? I'm just playing. I ain't even
short.
About
5'10".
No, Carl's 6. I don't want to.
I'm about 6.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Now say what you gonna say.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, ain't no way, Carl, because my dad.
And I stood up, niggas was like.
Yeah. I said, oh yeah, this nigga 6 foot tall.
He not that tall in real life, yo.
I'm not. I'm
6 foot, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm above. I'm above.
Bro,
I'm not really that
we was in the door. I was doing on my computer. Carl just stood up doing something. I said, damn, this nigga is 6 feet tall.
Yeah, I promise you, Carl not that tall.
Now with Blake with your hair,
Carl Blake with stocky.
Blake with your hair, you about 5.
10 and a half. That's what I'm saying. Without it though, you probably are 5'9", but with your hair, you close to my height. You're not that far from me.
Might be even taller because I got hell hair now.
And you be wearing them, you wearing them lifted shoes, them Air Max
platform shoes.
Hey, because I be doing the same thing.
Y'all better not screw this one up. Brad Beal.
Tier 2.
2. Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Hope it ain't no 3s in this mug.
Nah, he's black. So
all of them.
LaMelo Ball. This is my last one. LaMelo. Unless y'all want to add more. LaMelo Ball. 3. Okay, Darius Garland.
2. No,
3.
He's
okay. 3, but he'll be 2 by the end of the season, I think.
Yeah.
Any other?
I just said 2 because I think he's better than them, so I just automatically said it. But he's 3.
Any other players we can think of here? Let's see here. Oh, I didn't even name this guy. Anthony Davis.
3.
1 when he's healthy, but 2 for now.
3.
I can't.
I say 3.
Lately,
I say 3.
And lately, I would have put him 2 even when healthy because he's been because even when he's been out there, he's been like there was a whole thing about him just being. I mean, I know he wasn't at his best self.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think when he was out there, I don't think he was healthy. Is what I'm saying.
So can we get that same excuse to James Harden? Can we get that same excuse to James Harden?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was saying with James Harden, I think he can be 3. I mean 1 if he improves and everything. Because I know he had a whole off season for his hamstring and whatever. So I give you that.
For his hammy.
Yeah. Hopefully you got that fixed up because I'm tired of seeing a bad version of James Harden.
You and me both, brother.
Yeah, man. Pascal Siakam.
3. 4, nigga. I'm 3.
Yeah. Oh, is Pascal Siakam tier 3? Yeah, he's tier 3. Because I've been kind of underrating him for a minute. Fully healthy Zion.
2. And we be honest, in a couple years,
people forget he averaged 27 points a game.
In his second year.
Yeah.
So let's
like,
be
literally. I don't know why people just forget that.
Yeah.
If you want to be real, at his full health,
I don't know.
You can put
I
him
don't
on.
know how many other. How old was he? 20-year-olds averaging 27 points per game in their second year in the league.
Yeah. And I know his rookie year wasn't all there, but he averaged 20 his rookie year too. I mean, he wasn't there the whole
Exactly.
season.
We
He
just
averaged
putting
20.
him.
So
We just
imagine
putting.
what he's gonna do full season, fully healthy.
We look at Luka
Especially
the
with
way
this team around him.
we look at Luka the way we look at Luka. I think in a couple years, if Zion stay healthy, we gonna look at him the same way.
Oh yeah,
We should.
Because
He almost
just to be fair,
unguardable now.
Yeah, I'm about to
yeah,
say.
like literally, he has no jump shot, and he's averaging 28, almost 27 points that one season.
Wow.
Like, think about that. If he had a jumper, that nigga averaged 35 points.
Yeah, like a consistent jumper. I think he's got the.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, I think I was like, he froze. I was like,
I sure wasn't looking at the screen. All right, here's another interesting one. Healthy Jamal Murray. Think about what he's done in the playoffs too. Tier 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's better than Jaylen Brown.
Okay, yeah. I think healthy Jamal Murray I'll put tier 2, but I want him to make an all-star leap this season. I got nobody else unless they're more. Oh, well, I think we all gonna know. Well, okay. Between tier 2 and tier 3, this guy, De'Aaron Fox.
That's a good question.
That's a tough one.
3. I want to put him 2, but I'm gonna put him 3 based off just like the team and everything. That's still tough. I'm gonna have to just put him at 3.
Yeah.
Because he had a great season 2 years ago, and then last year kind of dropped off a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? I think so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him at 3.
Tier 3. I got
any player that get drafted to the Kings needs like a prayer.
Yeah, they need a prayer and like a grace. They definitely need a grace period. That's why I gave Marvin Bagley that grace period.
They need a God prayer. God. GOGAWD.
God.
Yep.
I think that does it for the pod. Don't forget, sub to the channel, download episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. What else do we say? Follow us on TikTok, follow us on IG, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Snapchat. The road to 1K continues. We're gonna get there. And we are gonna see you guys we'll figure out schedules, but we're gonna see you guys later with another episode.
Yep.